through some local elementary schools. First, let's check in here. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning in the Valley.
Yeah, that's right. That storm that we were watching that was moving through the Fort Smith Van Buren area did increase its strength to severe limits. Severe thunderstorm warning goes until 10 o'clock. You can see that behind me as we look at this severe thunderstorm warnings for 60 miles per hour winds, also quarter-size hail. And there have been power outages that have been reported. OG&E, about 2,700 customers, just a little under that, without power from this storm rolling through. So we'll take you through that. We'll track it as it moves east, and we'll give you the latest in your next Fox 20 forecast after the break.
Welcome, everyone, to this Wednesday evening rendition of tracking severe storms. Or a severe storm, I guess.
One severe storm,
Yeah.
right?
And all it takes is one.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just saw that tease. We're in the middle of the Fox 20 forecast on commercial break right now. They don't have its full forecast, giving you a good amount of information. But with this severe thunderstorm warning right now, doesn't look like they're planning to extend it. As of right now, looking at the latest and monitoring National Weather Service Slack. But yeah, pretty strong storms, knocking out some power. 2,681 OG&E customers without power. Have not seen an update from SWEPCO or Arkansas. What's up? Yeah, at least for OG&E. But I haven't got an update from like SWEPCO or the 230. Arkansas. Yeah. Yeah, they'll probably update a little bit. Was this
I
a
know
raid?
this as the storm came through our Weatherbug Network camera at Miss Laura's historic site. It was howling. I was like, oh, I could show this right before we get to tease, and then it went down.
Apparently, had some pretty good music.
Oh yeah,
Thanks to Den. I'll have to hear it.
Sax, yeah.
Everyone's like pretty funky, vibing, a rave.
All
right, can't wait to hear that. That's my playlist. But yeah, pretty much what we're looking at going on right now. Still some light rain across northwest Arkansas, but the reason we hopped on this stream is the hail got up there for a little bit. I'll stop that and we'll go back. I guess that's the new one.
Extension of it. Yeah, Sebastian and Franklin. So
I thought they said they weren't going to.
Well, they're saying that actually it's riding an outflow boundary, and we could see the structure too on it. In fact, we posted a picture of that.
Yeah.
But it's increasing the wind potential. I think the hail might be down to nickel size on the latest. However,
yeah, we'll look at that hail. There's kind of the hail pocket. There's that new severe thunderstorm warning. So this thing is moving east. It's along State Highway 215.
So what is it for? 60 miles per hour winds and quarter-size hail.
Yep. So those are your base severe thunderstorm tags. We move out here east. I'll actually get a track here on weather 2.
You'll get a track on weather 1 here real soon too.
Oh, do you have one?
Yeah.
Oh, all right then.
I got it for the forecast.
Yeah. So this hail has been on the increase and then a decrease. So if we go back, this was at 9. This was at 928. Hail was up there pretty big, a little over an inch. The severe criteria. Try to see that warning. It was a little bit weak, right? Passing over the highway. But started to ramp back up. It's weakening a little bit now. But we'll have Dan's full forecast, and then you'll be able to see what's all going on. So here's Dan's full forecast.
Your Weather Authority forecast with Chief Meteorologist Dan Scoff, certified most accurate by weather rate.
Well, check this out. This is our Weatherbug Network camera from Alma, and you can see that rain that's coming down. Earlier, it was coming down a lot heavier. Here is Heil Heating Cooling Mega Doppler. You can see the quarter-size hail that is showing the potential moving eastward, and they issued a brand new severe thunderstorm warning during the commercial break that goes until 10:30. This is a storm that's just moved east of Lavaca, Kibler, Barling, Van Buren. Now, the storm as it came through, we had reports of some power outages, and that lines up with number one, our Weatherbug Network camera, at Miss Laura's historic site, going down just as the storm crossed the state line across the Arkansas River. Also, the winds are pretty strong because it spun the camera around on its mounting pole, and that's kind of an issue now as our presets are all messed up. There you see the storm moving just to the north of Branch, Charleston, and as it continues to move eastward, it's going to bring some heavy rain, some quarter-size hail, and potentially 60 miles per hour winds. Here's a look from our WeatherBug Network camera, which, by the way, earlier had an incredible view of this storm, but you can actually see that rain core descending. We'll maybe catch some lightning as well. This is our Dripping Springs Kisser WeatherBug Network camera. Knew this would come in clutch, especially during severe weather season and really any inclement weather in the river valley. That's the city lights that you see, and you can see that heavy rain coming down. The lightning has gone down. Also, the hail core has dropped a little bit from what it was earlier. Temperatures were a little warmer in the river valley, and that's why the storm is just a touch stronger. So let's take you through this, track this storm. Here's a close-in view. You can see that all those areas in eastern Sebastian as well as western Franklin County going to be included. Peter Pender, my friends in Peter Pender, B squared from the P square. Get ready for this storm to be moving in, and it will have the potential to produce 60 miles per hour winds. If we move this and put it into motion, the storm goes until 10:30, as we said, for that severe thunderstorm warning. There's the motion moving east-southeast. Let's stop it. Let's track it. And here where you can see Paris is going to be impacted here at about 10:29, Subiaco 10:39, and a little bit before that, Branch at 10:04. So storms moving east-southeast at about 30 miles per hour. Northwest Arkansas, we didn't really have a whole lot of daytime heating, so that's why those cells are a lot less. And if we zoom out, that is the only storm of significance. We are live streaming this just because that storm did pack a little bit of a punch in the river valley. Tornado threat is very low, so that's good to know. And this is mainly becoming outflow dominant. So there's the storm moving eastward. We got a little bit of rain that pops up throughout the afternoon into the early evening tomorrow. And then as we go into Friday, the rain chances will continue. And it's just going to be kind of on off. We won't see any like severe storm potential like we saw today. We could have been worse too if we had some daytime heating. And if we saw a lot more sunshine, that could have been an issue. There's the temperatures around 70 degrees Thursday and Friday. Saturday in the lower 70s. And Mother's Day is looking nice, but maybe a few lingering showers in eastern sections of our weather coverage area. Next week is looking warm. Temperatures in the lower to middle 80s. And morning lows will be climbing into the 60s. So that tells you some mugginess is coming back. And I think we're going to have some heat indices in the river valley that might be exceeding easily lower to middle 90s. So get ready for the heat is on next week.
Yeah, Dan. And right now, just check the power outage map here in Arkansas. We're still at under 26, or close to 2,700 people without power there in the river valley. So I know you guys will be tracking that storm on the live stream as well.
Yeah, from OG&E. Yeah, that's the reports of power. Sometimes that poweroutage.us can be a little delayed. So we'll see if any other power companies are reporting outages.
All right, thanks, Dan. Well, students at Janie Dar Elementary had the chance to show off their special skills today at this afternoon summer kickoff event. Students gave their parents a
music and rhyming. True fun. More than fifth grade student choir performed. We're doing an art show along with a buy one, get one free book. Today's event was the perfect thank you to these college students.
Yeah, they did have sunshine. Megalodon. I know. Could not. Oh, what else was what am I saying? Megalodon? I think I was saying like the megalodon is in the big shark, and then it was Megadoppler and
Megadoppler? No.
Megalodon. Yeah.
Megalodon.
Megadoppler. Megalodon Doppler.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Every day, this is Fulbright speaking inside of Bigger Park, right out in the parking lot.
Yeah, lovely. I want to find out what this blue rain is.
I don't know.
Have to ask. Okay.
Yeah, probably. Can't look dirty. I'm not sure if you can see that. A little bit of an outflow boundary here. Sure is.
Working to highlight the accomplishments of local events. Fox reports 80 parks shows the exciting
But Mount Magazine.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a look. Nice.
It's a little better if you go through Weather 3.
A little better.
Yeah, it's a little smoother. Oh, that's going to be recorded. I think you're going to see more lightning, and it's going to be like smoother and quicker. See how it,
Yeah, a little bit.
it's a little bit.
It's not as jerky.
More of a frame rate, yeah. Megalodoppler. Megalodon. Megalodon.
Megalodoppler.
I guess I'm excited about that new Jurassic Park coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. A boundary or rotation. Is there any rotation on any of that?
Nope.
Trying a little bit on the leading edge of that line.
Yeah. As far
Hey, you
as
should bring up the picture that they shared.
oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll do that. I think they posted it. Oh, it's on Instagram. Let me pull up this picture. I had a great picture from the storm earlier. Pop that up real quick. I have to log in. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Never mind. Ten-step verification. I have to like sign in.
What,
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
what happened?
I have to like sign in. I'm not signing in.
Seriously?
I know. I can't just click on it. It's on Facebook. Do a whole Texas two-step.
Are you telling them why we're not like super loud?
Oh yeah. In case you're wondering, we're whispering in the middle of the Fox 4-newscast at 9 with this guy right here, Joshua Pineda.
Live coverage will resume soon, like now.
What to resume now? Today.
Probably didn't post it. Just
They
just
posted
show it
on
on your
Instagram.
phone because I texted it to you. You can just hold it up to the camera.
Yeah,
Just be done with it that way.
just be done with it.
But it had some good structure with it.
So this was
Yeah.
the view outside our Kisser FM Weatherbug Network camera.
What's
in
up?
Dripping Springs. Here, there's a closer look. Look at that. Beautiful structure.
No, hold on.
There's no glare there.
Well, that's now. What is that now? That's OG&E.
Very cool stuff.
They were at 26.
Yeah.
The camera is so clutch.
Okay.
But they dropped down?
Yeah.
Or
They dropped down 1200.
well, could be delayed. You got to go to the actual website of the companies
Yeah,
because that whatchamacallit is weak sauce sometimes.
1200. Yeah.
Sweet. That's good.
Yeah.
Quickly coming back on.
Let's see here.
Wonder if we'll have any. Keep going east on the Arkansas River.
Customers with an outage. Well, that doesn't show the number though. That's the substation. There we go.
Megalodoppler.
Megalodoppler. Megalodon Doppler. I don't know why I couldn't say that. I was like, it's the first time I've ever done that. Megalodoppler.
I don't know if we actually had it up when the power was flashing out. You had Miss Laura's,
I tried.
and then it went out. I don't think we actually caught it.
Yeah.
Power going out from that
Yeah, we couldn't because it
Might
was
kiss the
shrouded
camera.
in rain
Yeah.
looking south. So, yeah, weren't able to do that.
Yeah, I'll show you.
Man, that camera was looking good, though.
Oh, Dan, do you have the camera in here? Oh yeah, you do. Never mind.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Pretty sweet.
Well, then the good news, 1,200 people now without power.
Yeah.
1,400 down from.
Decreased a little bit on OG&E and Sebastian County. The storm that came through, it packed a little bit of a punch, and we can see it on Mega Doppler.
Mega Doppler.
Mega Doppler. You know, Jurassic Park, watched a little bit too
Yeah.
much of that Megalodon or shark movies. Sharknado. How about
Sharknado.
that? You see the storm rolling through Charleston, Coxville, Altus, and Cecil. It does have a severe thunderstorm warning. Goes until 10:30. Expect about 60 miles per hour winds. Headed to Peter Pender.
Peter Pender.
There
Have
you
a good
got
night.
it.
There's Megalodoppler or Megalomart. Don't give Walmart any ideas.
Yeah.
I'll take it. They're watching the stream. See you, Josh.
Megalomart.
Good amount of lighting with this. I'm gonna go back to our Mount Magazine. one of
Yeah,
my
my
network
magazine
cameras.
camera is popping.
Rare use. It's been a little dirty recently, but that'll change here. PDS Megalodon. It's
Like it.
good stuff.
Becky always adds a PDS.
Yep. PDS. London.
Oh, there you go.
So if you're just joining us, we're in between our 9 o'clock newscast on Fox 24 or KFTA, and we're about to go to KNWA News at 10 on 51 and 24.2.
Yeah, it's 51.1, 51.2, and then it's 24.2 is KNWA. 24.1 is Fox.
Man, got a little tinge here.
Try to get that.
Dang.
What?
It's trying.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, man, yeah, it is. It is trying.
I'm going to make a Doppler. So
So there is a little bit of a leading edge. It's very broad, but there is a little bit of rotation, but you can see there's got an outflow boundary that's
I
out
know.
ahead of it. But it is riding an outflow boundary at the same time. So this is something that,
it's kind of the outflow boundary we're talking about
yeah.
here. But there's a little bit of rotation, and it is co-located. I'll actually look at normalized rotation. It is showing up just a little bit. Fairly weak, but watching it close. Just in case.
Oh, it's right by Peter Pender, too.
Yeah.
Just in case, yeah. I don't think it's going to do it, but it's always good to be prepared, just in case. Moving east at 35. We're tracking it. All right, stand by. We're going to be on TV here in a second.
3, 4, 5.
And we're on.
Your forecast first, sponsored by Stanley Steamer.
We have a severe storm in the River Valley that ramped up to severe limits about 1 hour ago. You can see it moving through right now the north side of Charleston. The earlier severe thunderstorm warning just expired. This one goes until 10:30, and this is right over Peter Pender, north of Branch, and a little bit of an appendage showing up as there could be maybe a brief circulation that we're watching. Now, we can see this storm as we look to the west from our Mount Magazine WeatherBug Network camera. Definitely a lot more lightning when it was west of Fort Smith in Van Buren. And you'll see here, the severe thunderstorm warning does go until 10:30, 60 miles per hour winds, 1-inch hail, and it is riding an outflow boundary. So that will be something that we have to watch. There's the storm as it moves east-southeast at about 35 miles per hour. A little bit of broad rotation showing up. So it's trying to rotate a little more. We'll watch that closely and see if that continues to strengthen. But there's the track as it moves east-southeast at about 35 miles per hour. Scranton, 1041. You also have New Blaine at just before 10 o'clock. And Lamar, if it continues to hold together, just before 11. So that's the latest from your forecast center. We've got the details on a little bit of a nicer weekend ahead. That's all coming up as your news starts now.
Well, before they arrive at your mother's home, many flowers make the long trip from China. Now at 10, how the tariffs are tapping into profits in the NWA. Also new at 10, we've learned 2 people from Western Arkansas are captured in a nationwide operation to track down sex predators. And we take you to a groundbreaking for a special group of girls in the River Valley. KNWA News at 10 o'clock starts right now.
Proudly covering the Northwest Arkansas.
Newscast. Can't be super loud.
Well, we begin tonight with the ongoing search for a missing kayaker in the River Valley. We're learning the search is expected to ramp up by morning. Thanks for joining us here at 10 o'clock. I'm Doug Warner. We're told the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission will have a dive team on the waters of Mulberry River tomorrow morning. The damage is showing it is storming something else down there at this very moment. Franklin County Sheriff's Office search and rescue team along with the Forest Service Law Enforcement also involved in the search. We've learned who they're searching for and
let me know how the
where that
audio is.
person
Let me know if this
from,
sounds
but
good.
we are waiting on officials to release that information. When we learn more, we will share it with you here on air and online. Well, for some of you, this will perhaps burst a bubble. Did you know many of the flowers you buy for mom or your wife for Mother's Day
I'll do it on
aren't
track,
as fresh as
just in
you
case.
thought? That's because many of them are imported from China. And you guessed it, even flowers could see a spike in price due to this presidential negotiating tool. KWA's Natalie Rodriguez visited a few flower shops in Northwest Arkansas to see how they're managing and if the customers are still buying them. Well,
Absolutely. A universal 2% tariff tax went into effect in April on all imported goods, including flowers. Now, I didn't want those local
track
shops
here.
where telling me they are taking cuts to their business before they let customers know the impact of tariffs this month.
35 miles per hour.
hey, Jeff. Sorry, I apologize for stepping out of my lane. Just a heads up, no pun intended. We both have a lot of headroom. The first shot had a lot of headroom, and mine, my one shot, my MCU, I kind of stood up a little bit. Just to,
Well, if you can see that face at all.
So we'll get a word too. So there's that track of that storm moving east at 35 miles per hour. Booker T. Washington School, 1021. Gray Rock as well. Kalamazoo at 1026.
I was today years old.
Hartman,
and I realized that
1035.
A lot of the flowers are coming from local.
A little bit of an RFD surge, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
First Baptist Church of Hartman, 1036. So if you're seeing this, we're in the middle of a newscast right now, but we're watching this storm. Let me move that track a little bit. Get the latest radar scan. So I'm gonna adjust this a little bit.
Outside the country.
I'll zoom in on some of the places too, so you can get a closer look.
How strong would it wind probably feel the next one?
Yeah, she will be
There you see
working.
that's where the storm's moving towards.
Right now, we'll be working in the long term. Working conditions, kind of like we did,
Thank you. New at 10, 2 people from Western Arkansas under arrest, along with over 100
That's what it looks
other
like on the
people during a
vorticity.
nationwide
On the
crackdown on
vorticity
child
velocity.
sex predators.
So there's a
AWA
little bit
John
of
Hudson has
rotation.
those details.
Sorry, you can't hear us a ton in the middle of a newscast right now.
Got a little look to it, but it's not really doing much. It's like in velocity.
Yeah, it's got a little rotation. It's got a little velocity couplet. Not super strong.
How's that rotation? Weakened? It's still there, but it's very,
Oh, when I changed the tilt, I
Very
see it a lot
broad.
better.
you can see it on tilt 1.
Yeah, the tilt 3 is more defined too. Yeah, I see it on 1. Doing something, but that's not enough to make the weather service kick it.
No,
No.
not enough. Not enough inflow.
And again, this is for the River Valley. This is just east of Peter Pender, moving east in the River Valley. I'll get you a water view real quick on Megadon. Oh, did you
No,
have that view? Just set-
Megalodon Doppler.
Did you just have that set and I ruined it?
Again,
No, you're fine. Dude, go ahead and do whatever you need to. I'm setting my show.
Where's the wide view? Northwest Arkansas, nothing going on. Southwest Missouri, nothing going on. What we're watching is just south of Interstate 40.
Crucial mission begins with protecting those who cannot protect themselves,
Man, what in the
particularly
world?
children
That's-
residing in Western
that's
Arkansas.
odd.
Its operation and
Well, look,
others like it are vital to helping us accomplish this important mission by concentrating our efforts on prosecuting.
We're
those
watching
who
right
relate
now.
to child abuse. I helped
Just
learn
a little
tonight
bit of
the
rotation.
newest case count in
It's not super
Oklahoma
crazy.
has risen to 17 with a new confirmed case. The latest numbers released just this week. Of the 14 confirmed and
Hang on.
3 probable cases. the
Just
Oklahoma
checking
State
when
Department
David's
of Health
tease
said
is coming up on the
15 of
10
those
o'clock
patients were
newscast.
vaccinated. 1 was fully vaccinated
There we go.
and 1 had an unknown vaccination status. OSDH is expected to provide the next round of updated case numbers this Friday. An infectious disease physician with Mercy Fort Smith we talked to today says the best way to protect yourself is to get the vaccination. If you're unsure of your vaccination status, Arkansas and Oklahoma keeps track of those records, and they are accessible through your family doctor. More local news, the River Valley breaking ground on a new project that will expand and enhance programming opportunities for girls all across the region. The Girl Scouts Diamonds of Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Texas have announced the launch.
Just hopping on, checking severe thunderstorm, the River Valley.
$1.3 million initiative will include a renovation of a Kelly cabin.
It's trying. It's riding their bones.
The storm does have a little bit of rotation.
Education center,
I'll show you.
and adding a new dedicated woodworking facility to that property.
It's trying. Oh, severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible now.
Yeah,
Tag.
it might
see
have had
that?
that the whole time.
Huh?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't
Oh, just there.
It was just upgraded.
This project is 10 years in the making. Their
So,
hope is to have
that dark
everything
orange you
ready
see?
by the end of the
So, in case you didn't hear Dan,
Turn our attention to
severe thunderstorm
the
warning with a tornado
celebration. You gotta
possible
kind of
tag.
celebrate and get ready for the next
There's
one.
that
For
hook I
those,
got.
the Razorbacks on the softball time today. What a-
Apparently, we sound very demure.
Hmm?
You sound very demure.
You do?
We do.
Well, we have to be quiet because we're in the middle of a newscast.
Yeah.
We can't talk really loud because we're in the studio and then the other mics will pick it up.
Hmm.
Well, here's what we're looking at, Courtney. We've got a severe storm with a tornado possible tag as this storm is riding a little bit of a boundary. There you see the threat. This is just to the east of Peter Pender. We're watching this storm closely. We'll be back in just a few minutes with the full forecast as we track this storm. If it does prompt a warning, such as a tornado warning, we'll let you know about it. We're also streaming this weather coverage. So join us on knwa.com, on Facebook, on X as well as YouTube. We'll be right back after the break.
You're watching KNWA News at 10 with Doug Warner, Chief Meteorologist Dan Scott, and your Pig Trail Nation report with Courtney Mims.
So again, tornado possible tag on this severe thunderstorm warning that is about to cross into Logan County here in just a little bit. This will be just north of Paris, Arkansas, and Subiaco.
Yep.
Here in a little bit.
Subiaco, you know who lives there? Marty.
I thought I lived in Scranton.
He does. He lives in Scranton.
Oh, somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, right in between the two. Yeah, he does live in Scranton.
Do you want to give him a call?
Don't think he'll know about it. Severe thunderstorm warning. They're continuing that they're issuing a new one for Johnson and Logan County. There's the new severe thunderstorm warning. You can bring that up. It's just one cell that's tracking and it's riding an outflow boundary. So it's a boundary rider.
Mm-hmm.
Getting secondhand reports of a possible tornado touchdown north of Highway 22 along Highway 23. That's what Rick Covert just said.
Yeah.
Emergency management. It's possible. Are you on weather too severe, Peyton?
I'm about to be.
Yeah, go ahead and load that up.
You'll switch to weather 1 severe now. Actually, you don't have to. I can do anything I need from that.
Yeah. Just make sure it's on a data set in case we do go
Mhm.
wall to wall. Yeah, I'll give Marty a call because that's headed right for him.
Yeah.
You got to load it up on the data set.
I do now.
I'm gonna record this just in case we might be able to catch something.
Yeah.
Is that?
What's up?
Watch. No. Watch it backlit.
No.
Hold on. That wasn't what I saw. It still wasn't. It looked more like a gust front.
Again, here's what we're watching. Severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible tag. And they continue that severe thunderstorm warning farther east. Becky, we just might have to get Colby on the storm. Let's get him to go down there.
Yeah.
Now, what this could be doing is cycling. So the cell could be like replacing its mesocyclone. So the hook might not look super pronounced right now, but it also could be getting cut off. So we'll kind of watch the next couple of scans, see what happens. We are on a data set. So apparently we got a tornado report.
Just north of yeah, that's what Rick Covert said from emergency management.
There we go. Nothing super crazy on PTDS.
No, that's sometimes rain curtains can look like tornadoes too, but
So
the problem is it's
24.
at
This is
night.
in the River Valley, pushing east. So this is nowhere near Fayetteville.
Yeah, you don't have the Fayetteville has nothing to worry about at all.
I'll zoom out here real quick. Fayetteville, Bentonville, Fort Smith, Charleston. Sure, the storm is wrapping up. Man, it's
Yeah,
crazy with
it
being
is.
that close to the radar.
What?
You know? It's crazy how well you can see everything when it's close to a radar.
I know.
Another reason we need a radar here.
Let's get Sports Illustrated and Time Magazine involved in this too, right? It's just
In Ozark,
maybe another good one. I like that.
going over you right now. So this is not one of these rotation would be, but this severe storm is pushing over you right now. Don't need to hunker down.
Anytime, Dan and Peyton are back with the very latest on those conditions down south.
All right, commercial break. Cool. Watching this.
Now
storm.
you can talk loud.
Yeah. Now we can talk normal.
That is wrapping up, man. Golly.
Sure is. So there's circulation, there's storm relative velocity. Go back a little bit, can kind of go forward and see how this is evolved. Maybe it's kind of cycling the mesocyclone.
Okay. We'll just see. We'll just see how this goes.
Got a little outflow boundary with it. What's
I
up?
don't know. Probably a little bit. Yeah, you will. Not super long because it's almost out of our weather coverage area, but the warning goes for a little while. So yeah,
I'll get you it.
like 11:30 at the latest.
There's that severe thunderstorm warning with the tornado possible tag. I'll get down in here and put the track here. 35 miles per hour. Moving east. Pretty much straight east. There's the track of the storm right now. Yep. All right. So we'll get that full forecast coming up here in just a second. And you'll be able to get a new track of the storm, kind of get an idea of what's going on. In case you're just now hopping on or we were really quiet. But stand by. That's starting somewhat soon. Maybe. Oh, yeah. Okay. Here you go. Here's the full forecast.
Your Weather Authority forecast with Chief Meteorologist Dan Scoff, certified most accurate by Weather Rate.
One storm has brought multiple reports of severe weather, even had a tornado possible, has some rotation on it as it moves now into the northern side of Logan County. We've been tracking this storm ever since it was in eastern Oklahoma. We even have some pretty impressive structure on it from our WeatherBug network and the Kisser FM tower. That was during daylight, and then the storm really ramped up. Now, as you can see, this storm is making its way eastward towards Subiaco, Scranton. There was even a report north of Highway 22 along Highway 23 that there may have been a brief tornado touchdown. That was according to emergency management in the Franklin County area. Rick Covert sent that in on NWS chat. Here's our Heil Heating Cooling Mega Doppler to Magtel Mount Magazine WeatherBug network camera. And now we're looking off to the west at that storm. And you'll notice quite a bit of lightning. And the visibility is not the greatest. We are upgrading this camera to a newer one where we can be able to see it a lot better at night. But regardless, we're seeing definitely the base of the thunderstorm off in the distance. Haven't seen any type of power flashes yet or anything like that. But then again, we haven't been paying attention to it the whole time. Radar back and forth. This is our WeatherBug network camera at Kisser FM. Earlier, as this storm was moving right towards the camera, you could see the structure with it. It was an elevated storm, but definitely had some mid-level rotation. Temperatures are in the lower 60s. It was warmer, too, in the River Valley today. That's the key, because that was the fuel that the thunderstorms needed. If you're watching in Northwest Arkansas, there's no threat for storms at all. But here's live Doppler radar showing this storm that did have that tornado possible. Now, that warning is going until 10:30. Storm's about to move out of Franklin County. It moved through the Peter Pender area not too long ago. There you see quarter-size hail, 60 miles per hour winds. As that storm makes its way eastward, here's the track of it. It did bring some power outages. Now, thankfully, those have decreased from almost 2,700 with OG&E down to just over 1,200. So they restored power to a lot more customers. But as the storm moved through, packed a little bit of a punch. There's the severe thunderstorm warning that goes until 11 o'clock for Johnson and Logan County. And look at the hail size increasing too to ping pong size, 1.5 inches. So this storm is definitely strong, continuing to increase its intensity. It is riding that outflow boundary, which can cause it to spin a little bit. Peyton and I have been watching this closely. We've been also live streaming this coverage in between the newscasts, because sometimes you're during commercial breaks and you want to know what's happening. Well, we're giving you that continuous weather coverage. Delaware, 11:05 is going to be moving in. Russellville in Polk County, 11:20. So this will all be moving out of our weather coverage area. But get ready in Scranton. Hope Marty Houston is watching. So shout out to our programming director. You're about to have that storm come right your way. So give me a call. Let me know what you experienced. Here's a look at live Doppler radar in northwest Arkansas. Obviously, just a little bit of light rain. Everything's kind of moving out. So the only show in town in terms of a thunderstorm is in the River Valley along and south of I-40. That's where it was a little warmer. You can see the upper level spin and the swirl in this storm. And that's why that storm kind of increased its intensity as it rode that outflow boundary. Now, if we take a look at our future radar, everything else is going to be quiet tonight. So after this storm comes through in Logan and Johnson County, everything will be done with. Now, we do see some rain chances throughout the afternoon tomorrow and into the early evening. You can kind of see that popping up. And then Friday, we see additional rain as well. So there's a look at that rain chance kind of ramping back up to about 40% during the afternoon as those showers move in from the north. Not nearly as much instability and not a severe weather risk either. We'll see a few showers possible Friday afternoon. And then the long range forecast shows this rain popping up Friday during the early afternoon, but then that storm system starts to shift off to the east and maybe some rain returns as that low kind of backs up and retrogrades just a smidge for our Monday. So again, showers possible tomorrow, Friday, 70 degrees. Temperatures will remain in the lower to middle 70s. Now, after all this rain moves out, Doug, we've got some warmer weather coming. Lower 80s Tuesday and Wednesday, a nice stretch of weather. And those temperatures will be hovering close to 90 degrees by the middle of next week. So River Valley heat and humidity is coming your way. But again, to illustrate, severe thunderstorm warning till 11 o'clock for Logan as well as Johnson County. That storm has even 70 miles per hour wind. So now it's a considerable severe thunderstorm warning.
And that was packing some potential hail too.
Yeah,
And just as worried about ping pong hail as I would be high winds. So
absolutely. And when it's wind-driven ping pong hail, that could really cause some
you don't want
damage.
sideways ping pong hail.
No.
Never a good
It's
idea.
a strong storm. That's the difference between being a little warmer in the River Valley compared to northwest Arkansas.
All right, thank you, sir. He's on standby just in case things do increase down there. Quick break, back in a minute.
Towards the east.
Yeah. We won't get a good view. We'll just
No,
kinda see the
won't be as
lightning,
good. But yeah.
But yeah, at least we'll see a little bit better than this.
So hopefully you just saw the forecast
Yeah,
there.
we'll roll the lightning.
You got to look at the future track, or not the future track, the storm track. But as Dan mentioned just right there at the end, this is now a severe thunderstorm warning with a considerable tag. So Paris, north of Paris, Subiaco, close to Scranton,
I'm gonna call Marty.
along Highway 109. Yeah, try to get a hold of Marty, programming guy. So as far as who needs to be in their safe place, there's no immediate tornado threat. There was brief circulation earlier. I'll zoom in here and show you some of the places closer up. This doesn't lock up on me. So Hartman, about to get pretty noisy here. Scranton here in just a little bit. West of Prairie View, along Highway 288. About to get a little bit noisy as well. Along 109, Morrison Bluff, Shoal Creek here in a little bit. Subiaco. Just north side of Paris, going through Kalamazoo right now. We'll zoom out a little bit.
Nothing in Northwest Arkansas. Nothing.
Yeah. Nothing in Northwest Arkansas at all. So don't have to worry about that. But pretty neat little storm.
Marty, hey, you got a big storm coming your way. It is just a little before 10:30.
Look at that outflow boundary.
10:25, and you got a considerable severe thunderstorm warning that's moving right towards Scranton. So if you aren't aware of this, you're about to be getting a rude awakening. We'll talk to you later.
So not super strong rotation. Greatest towards the radar right away. So cyclonic rotation. Look at a product called normalized rotation. Very weak. It was a little bit stronger earlier. We were seeing some more of those dark blues. Let's say your screen there. I'm not seeing that a whole lot now. Coming back to our newscast, I'm going to be a little quiet.
This is Teacher Appreciation Week, and thank you to all you teachers at Fulbright Junior High School in Bentonville. Teachers were gifted with art detailing while they were in the classroom. Every day this week, Fulbright teachers, they can sign up to get their cars cleaned right there in the parking lot. The owner of the detailing company says this is the way you can help the school get back to interesting.
It was north of Coxville, north of Branch.
Garfield area does not have to worry. This is in the River Valley, the south of the Interstate
Mr.
40.
Leader there said they plan on
Long
picking
ways
around
away,
70
so you're all
cars
good.
this week. Students at Janie Dar Elementary had a chance to show off their special skills today. And this afternoon, they had a summer kickoff with them.
Strong enough.
Students give
That's
their
about what it
parents a
looked
look
like
at what they've
in
been learning in
Rabbit.
music, art, PE,
Yeah.
and library classes.
Very
Fifth
possible.
grade
But one thing is
choir,
like,
forum, and there was an art show. They had it all. And they had a buy one, get one
That's
free
outflow.
book fair. If you go BOGO, you know it's a big event.
that's outflow.
Today's
now.
event is a
Right.
perfect thank you to these hard
Still has an
workers.
inflow match though. Still has an inflow match. So there's nothing to worry about in Northwest Arkansas. And after this storm moves east, that's going to be the end of the severe weather threat entirely. So basically, it's almost over. Yeah, tornado potential looks like to be dying off because the outflow is basically moving
And by the way,
ahead
Janie
of the
Dar's
storm.
last day of school for those
Mhm.
kids, May 25th. Tonight, the National
So
State
that's how we can tell.
Criterion
You can see
Series
that
is
green
daily
line
bike nights
showing up,
returned
and you see
downtown
the
Springdale.
baby's
These are
going to
high
outline it with a
energy,
mouse.
spectator-friendly
That's the
races on a
outflow.
closed course in the outdoor dining
And
district.
anytime
Over
you
100
have
cyclists
cool
took
air
part
that's
in
out
that
ahead of
event.
the storm, that's going to kill the inflow, which is important for tornado potential.
Hope that answers your question.
Pretty cool event right there. If you didn't make it out tonight,
Probably
it's on
Peerage
the
area
next month,
over.
June 18th.
Uh,
If you're interested in
There's some
racing,
light rain going on, maybe, but this is
Facebook
all
page,
south of Interstate 40. This is
Stick
well
around, we're
south
still
of
tracking
Peerage, but
severe weather that's moved from
very
Kirkland
far
over to Logan
way
County.
away.
Dan is back at the latest.
it was good. We're gonna- About to be going right through Scranton. Marty
Yep.
will get a rude awakening.
Marty's about to be awoken.
Who's
Man.
this, Lee?
Yeah.
Probably.
Probably.
Quarter size hail, too.
And that does not mean quarter inch. That means
No.
the size of a quarter, which
And
is
maybe
1 inch.
even larger. Honestly, this storm could have pink bones.
Man.
Just one storm. All
Yep.
it took. Ride the boundary, have the outflow.
Mm-hmm.
Did you show them the structure or no?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, showed him the picture you sent.
This is the structure that we had. Oh,
I'm guessing 44.
what are you doing? Stop.
He's like, nope.
Nope. It's like, nope, I don't want to see it. I know. All right. There is the structure. You can see the updraft. That was from our Kisser camera. Beautiful structure. And that was before the storm really started to crank up.
Mm-hmm.
So tornado potential is dying off, but now we have reports apparently, and I'll read this off from NWS chat. So citizen called in the 911 center, and then also a medic, that's a ham, notified as they heard this over their dispatch, give out the information report. So it's a citizen report. Doesn't necessarily mean it was a confirmed tornado, but hey, sometimes people know a lot more than what the radar shows. That's for sure.
Curious
I don't
if there ever was a
doubt you're going to see anything like that.
maybe.
I don't think so. That's all.
Well, this is. But this wouldn't be.
No, but there's no debris. Too tough. That's not. Didn't get the debris lofted high enough.
No.
If it was a tornado,
Right.
11th.
Well, there was a
report.
Yeah, a report of 1.75-inch hail.
Golf ball. Huh?
Yeah.
Kibler.
In Kibler.
Was
Man.
that citizen? So is that a citizen report?
Storm Chaser.
Okay.
Storm Chaser report of 1.75-inch hail.
So this is the last severe thunderstorm warning goes until 11 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's do another
And
tag.
this is the
How much
eastern
time do we have in the
fringe
final?
of our weather coverage area.
Did you win that?
One, because it doesn't generate.
Okay. Just
And go, Dan.
all right. So we got a severe thunderstorm warning. It does have a considerable tag, meaning that this storm could produce ping pong size hail. There was a report in Kibler of golf ball size hail from a storm spotter. And this is moving right towards Scranton. It is knocking on the doorstep of Scranton. This severe thunderstorm warning with 70 miles per hour winds and ping pong size hail. It goes until 11 o'clock. Now, this is going to be the last storm. If you're watching and thinking Northwest Arkansas, don't worry. No storms expected. This will be the only one as it moves out. But we are continuing to live stream this, so you can join the conversation.
Yeah, jump on Facebook, Twitter.
X and YouTube.
Keep track.
Facebook.
Name it all. Reports of power flickering in Paris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 70 mile an hour wind might
Allegedly.
All right.
Might be a few power outages in Paris. On the north side of Paris, mainly, I imagine. You see that hail? Could get up to near 1.5 inches. Excuse me. Maybe a little bit of hail on the north side, too. On the north side of the interstate. So, Scranton, Morrison Bluff, Prairie View, Clarksville here in a second, Lamar towards the tail end of this warning, which is close to 11 o'clock. So that's about 30 minutes from now. Doug got the rap bite.
Mm-hmm.
Someone said you got the rap bite. Like telling you to rap and you can't think of the words.
Fast enough.
I'm the same exact way, Den. If I hear every second, like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I can't do it. Just give me a 5.
Yeah. Hold the conversation with them, and let me just talk in your ear constantly. Like,
all right,
this.
so we're looking at a
Your brain
severe
can't hear
thunderstorm.
two conversations at once. That's kind of how it is sometimes when producers are in our ears. They're just doing their job,
Yeah.
but it's the brain can only digest so much sometimes.
Yeah, I'll take a 10, 5. Good night.
Real quick, that remember that tornado we were tracking in their
What's up?
Old Towns report?
Yes.
They
Yeah, they got
checked
the
it out.
damage survey.
12 miles
EF1.
long.
Wow,
EF1, over 12 miles path, 105 mile an hour winds.
Right by the office.
Yeah, right
Probably,
by the Northwest.
probably surveying that same day.
Probably just walked out the back door.
Followed it, surveyed it as
Walked
it went.
back. Yeah, that's how close it was.
Not a bad idea. All right. Any questions? Oh, this is not Northwest Arkansas. Just want to specify that for anyone that may be just jumping on here. But again, Morrison Bluff, Scranton, Prairie View, right along State Highway 22, maybe just north is where you'll find some of the more stronger stuff.
Get ready, Marty. This storm is coming at you.
It's coming right down Main Street here in Scranton in just a little bit. It'll be a while before it reaches, part of our Arkansas River towards Knoxville and Delaware in a little bit. It'll be closer to 11 o'clock. But mainly we're watching this part right here. There's State Highway 109. It's about to cross that here just a little bit. Power flickering at Subiaco Academy. Thank you, Matthew, for that report there. So power going on and off just a little bit as that part moves over. We saw reports of power flickering in Paris, so it makes sense. That'll be over Subiaco. And if you're anywhere just north of State Highway 22, you'll probably will see that power flickering over the next little bit. There's some water.
In Subiaco.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Power flickering at Subiaco.
And
Paris, yes. That's on the southern tip of that storm. And farther north, take a look at in your rotation. Kind of weak. A little bit of a mess. Not super organized like it was a while ago.
Yeah.
That looks more put together. This is kind of falling apart. Pretty broad rotation.
We're shrouded in clouds now at Mount Magazine. Can't see anything. I'm gonna
Severe hail moving right over Scranton as we are speaking. 1.25, so near ping pong ball, golf ball. Not quite golf ball, but ping pong ball sized hail in just a little bit. Actually, might be hail falling right now.
pretty strong southerly winds. Man.
Yeah, I see that racing across the screen.
Yeah.
Just kind of going back through one of our recordings on our Mount Magazine Weatherbug Network camera, just to look for anything that might have happened or not happened. Here's the outflow racing out ahead of the main part of the line. It's almost like a mini QLCS, almost.
It is, yeah.
Because the top part up here is all shear dominant, and the bottom down here is cold pool dominant. Meanwhile, where the greatest tornado potential would be where it's balanced. Of course, we're not seeing a whole lot of tornado potential right now, but that is the area we have been watching this whole time. That's where that hail is too. So if you're curious as to where this is going, get you a storm track here, somewhere in here, somewhere in this show, maybe. Oh, get you a track here, just a second. All right, so timed it out over the next hour. Get me off the screen. Don't need to see me. Clarksville, 1040, pretty much knocking on the doorstep as we speak of this these strong winds. Might see some power flickering as well. Let us know if you are seeing anything in Clarksville, if anyone there is watching. Bullfrog Valley, 1107. That'll be a while, but before that, Lamar and Knoxville around 1050, 1055-ish. And then Russellville, 1131. Might have to let some of my family over there know.
This is what I was seeing. Now, I'll bring this up on Weather 3. If you're, are you still using the track?
No.
So this is what I saw earlier. This is from our Mount Magazine Weatherbug Network camera. In between lightning strikes.
I did see that.
That doesn't look like a tornado, but then again, it is hanging down from the cloud. It's tough to say. Ozarks provides all sorts of tornado lookalikes.
What we call SLC, scary looking clouds.
Yeah, that is in the middle of the base, and that was looking kind of right at that storm. But you know,
It's really tough to tell
Tough to
because
tell.
that little mound out there wasn't there. Who knows if it's actually on the ground? It's really hard
Not
to see
smooth
debris.
either. The edges
Yeah.
aren't smooth, so you know it's not spinning super
Really,
fast.
really hard to tell.
Could be a raindrop that's obscuring the camera at that time. But anyways, that was a view just in one lightning strike. Now that's what it looked like earlier. Let's go back a little bit there. This was at 10:12. So go back to the radar at 10:12. Okay.
Let me get it up on. That way I can do a weather 2 and weather 1 combo.
No, there you go.
Give me just a second. Bueller. There we go. So now you see both. Kind of the timestamp that this happened.
And that's when they said it was reported, just
Yeah.
north of Clarksville.
So I know the
What do you
timestamp on
think,
there
Doug?
says 10:40. That's the actual time now.
Suspicious.
However, the radar is back to 10:12, and that's when that photo is, or that
Yeah, we're
camera.
looking at 10:12.
10:12.
There's the radar.
So it's kind of comparing them. Anyone out there? This went right through you. Let us know if you
Yeah, experience
see any damage.
North of Clarksville on Highway 23. That's where the report was.
near Highway 288. That's right there in the hook. Highway 288,
I'm gonna see if there's others, but that's
just north of State Highway 22.
Yeah, there's all those little scud clouds that are hanging down.
And just east of State Highway 23. This was at 10:12. I know it says 10:41. That's the current time, but we're just looking a little bit, looking back because we did have that report, the citizen report for the tornado. So we're just kind of looking at maybe what did we see. So good thing we got our cameras out there, kind of getting all eyes on this storm.
Whoa, that does look suspicious.
Yeah.
Did you see that view?
Yeah. It's kind of an update.
See what the storm's doing now while I'm doing this.
Okay.
Make sure.
All right. I'll go.
Because that was a
Full
much
screen
better
now.
view there.
Yeah.
It's tough because
Where we're at now. So kind of an update from Rick Covert. Are we able to share this because it's in the Slack?
you can just talk about it. Yeah, it's fine. Public knowledge for us.
Public knowledge for us.
I mean, no, it's yeah. You
Should
could,
be fine.
You could because you're going to provide it on the air, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't found any damage yet.
Is that what he
But
said?
yeah, but low populated area for right now. In Clarksville, extremely windy, downpour, thunder, and lightning. Oh, I bet. Bet it is coming down. Probably a little bit of hail too, I'd imagine.
Back up the best.
Maybe some pea-sized hail. The hail has gone down a little bit towards Scranton. As it's crossed Scranton, it has weakened a little bit. I'll go back. Okay, maybe it was more or less the same. I thought there was some orange. But that yellow, could see hail right around an inch, right at that severe criteria. Considerable has been dropped. And now we have switched, weather services because we got into Logan and Johnson County.
Everything
So now,
kind of looks like one though.
now Little Rock will be issuing these.
Let's see if there's anything else.
Drop the considerable tag. We'll zoom out a little bit. Coming pretty outflow dominant. Almost no part of this is what we call balance with those QLCSs. So I honestly think the tornado potential
Still
is
there, isn't it?
winding down.
Right there.
Just because a lot of it is outflow dominant. Not a whole lot of it balanced. Maybe one little part. And that's it. Yeah. So like 2 or 3 times. There's backlit.
There it is again.
It was not on the ground then.
That looks suspicious.
Not on the ground though.
How far away is our camera? A ways, but
Quite
it's
a ways
high
away.
up, so you can see a ways away. Man, if it was a better quality camera, we would not could second guess it.
Yeah. That's one of the older cameras. It's a little dirty.
Mount Magazine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at that. Man,
That looks a lot more.
Look on the ground though.
Huh?
So you can see space
No.
in between that. Yeah.
That's because that's the hill.
Yeah, there's space in between the hill and that funnel.
That's still a pretty impressive funnel. I don't know.
I have that full.
There's a lot of flashes. There's a lot of space, but I mean the camera detail. But the thing is it's staying in the same spot. I thought that was a rain curtain at first. It's not a rain curtain.
Where was it then? Right there? Is that the frames?
Yeah,
Oh, that's where it is now.
214.
No, it was looking for you.
Oh, that's where it is now, Doug. Yes.
Yeah, it's about to move out. So
Yeah, it's about to move out of the area, and then we'll do some forensics. Lightning in Knoxville coming down.
That doesn't
I bet you'll probably see some of that hail. Victoria. It might be some fairly strong wind. Whoops. Let me click on
What
that.
was it at 12?
I mean,
12.
fairly,
It
you know,
was just
near
east of
severe
Highway
criteria
23
hail, which is
was
1
the
inch,
one
which
that
is
was
the size of a
forecasted.
quarter. So it will be pretty loud.
North of Coxville.
Yeah, I don't know who you would contact. Franklin County EOC.
No, there wasn't wind. Now it's moving. You can tell it's moving. So whatever it is, it's
Very
there,
weak rotation.
and it's moving.
Not very strong.
It's. I'll tell you this. It's not a speck on the camera dome. It's
Yeah.
not a tree.
It's not a
It's
raindrop.
not a power line. It's not a raindrop. Yep.
Knoxville coming down pretty good. And as we get farther away from Fort Smith, we're getting farther from the radar. So it won't be as detailed because the scan is a lot higher up. They don't do many of those low-level scans. There's all the hail. Moving right over Knoxville here in just a little bit. But the overall storm, pretty heavy downpours anywhere along State Highway 22. So Delaware here in just a little bit. Just take me off the screen. Don't on there too much. Near Delaware, Piney here in a little bit. Are you coming down to Knoxville? Other than that, it's pretty quiet. Light rain moving through eastern Madison County.
So
Still some storms down just southeast of Boonville. And eventually here close to Waldron a little bit, but we're primarily focused on severe thunderstorm warning between Scranton and Knoxville.
whoa, that was a pretty low one.
Did Marty answer yet? No, Marty did not answer. He might have slept right through it. I slept through
They'll
some
call me up tomorrow.
pretty nasty storms. Yeah, I'll call you at 7 a.m.
Yeah. Was there a storm that came through?
It'll be out of here. This is like, once you get into Russellville, Dardanelle, Danville, that's out of our weather coverage area.
All right, now the question is maybe we can speed it up and we can see it if we
See it rotate?
Yeah, if we rotate, if we speed it up. Let's see.
It's so hard. The lightning is not super frequent.
So it's not super frequent. The camera's quality's pretty trash.
Becky slept through the May 26th tornado and touchdown was 2 miles from her.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Man,
that-
must have been a long day.
A PDS nap?
PDS nap. Yep.
Is that the Becky that we're
Mhm,
talking
yeah.
about here?
Carrie was also asleep during the May 26th tornado. Yeah. I'm a pretty heavy sleeper. I probably would have slept through it too.
Man, my can't dispute that.
reports of any damage.
Nope,
Not yet.
not yet.
Rick said that it was a pretty open field.
A lot of open ground, not heavily populated. Clarksville is quiet. Rain out here. Hail has dropped off a little bit. That's good. So now we're looking at, let's see, what's that does that say? Just over 2/3 of an inch in diameter for that hail. So nickel
Whoa, is that it?
ish. Whoa.
Okay, so watch this. You can see, you won't be able to see
I
it
saw
on
it right
there,
by
but
those flashing lights though, yeah.
Watch this. You can see the spin.
Show you what we're looking
Watch-
at.
You're not gonna be able to see it on that. It just doesn't. The camera won't show. But
Yeah, it's too dark.
you see the rotation in that?
I do
Right
in
over
the
the
storm
lights,
overall.
right there. Going right over those lights. Here, let me zoom out a little bit so you can see. There you go. That's not that rotation, but you definitely can see. Look at that. See that right there? Look at above those lights on the right hand side.
Oh yeah.
See the rotation? You can see. Sure looks like it. You can briefly see rotation.
Yeah.
I don't know though. It's tough.
Tough
to
to
say.
the lighting and all that.
It's a tough call.
Man. Yeah, gonna leave it at that. P Ridge, good night. P Ridge is good for the night. Good night, Moon. Good night, Joshua Moon. That's funny, I just said that. Joshua Moon. Joshua Moon said, where's that at? This is along Interstate 40 in the River Valley.
Yeah, it's just about ready to die off too.
New severe thunderstorm warning.
Not for our well, still probably
But
for Eastern.
This is
Johnson,
going
right?
to be driving it out of our area. So it'll be eastern Johnson, Logan County, and then into the next counties over. So Yell County, I believe, where Danville's at, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this will be moving out of here. Yeah, there. Wow, that is a big warning.
A little pesky storm.
I know. One little storm just keep us here just a little bit longer. Dude, I can't tell. Some of it looks like a rain curtain. Some of it looks like scud. There's. It looked pretty good on there.
I'm gonna leave you with a DJ.
Yeah, leaves with a broken button.
Broken button. BB, start calling him BB.
Yeah.
Broken button.
Broken button. Brooklyn just hopped on. What's going on? Tracking severe thunderstorm right along Interstate 40. I think I have my mic. I need to turn that off. Yeah. So the storm was pushing in the River Valley, pushing the Fort Smith Van Buren area. Had some power outages, some fairly large hail at times. So we decided to start the stream during our 9 o'clock newscast, just after 9:30-ish, I think. And then at one point, just catch everyone up to speed here, had a pretty interesting looking hook on this storm. So never tornado warned, no reports of damage, but it did look interesting. A little bit of a velocity couplet, but we're just watching this storm now as it moves out of our area. Slowly winding down. The storm is winding down. The hail has dramatically decreased in size. My goodness.
It's increased?
No, it's decreased. I need that ball blast. But
sorry, I'm looking frame by frame at this, and I'm going to share
Yeah.
it on Slack. So it's tough to do that and talk at the same time.
Yeah.
I know I'm leaving you hanging.
no, you're good. You're all good. So there earlier was a considerable severe thunderstorm warning just east of Scranton as the tornado threat kind of winded down. But it's pushed east and brought some more hail with it. The hail size has dropped, which is great. So now it's maybe penny, maybe nickel. This is the state of Arkansas, Polly. This is the natural state. Probably will just ride just north of Interstate 40, going over to Dover, Go back to the base reflectivity here. What?
Can we turn on the
Oh.
studio lights?
Turn them off?
Yeah,
Yeah.
turn them off. There we go. Just so I don't have that.
Yeah, I have better contrast. Now what are you doing?
Taking photos. And
No.
everything. What?
Like
It's still-
funky. It's like it's trying to do something. Not on my watch.
Not in our coverage area either.
Yeah, not our coverage area. Well, maybe. Briefly. Probably not. Nope, not NWA. NWA, good night. Or don't go to bed. I'm surprised that I-40 still exists. Every storm takes that route. Yeah, they need to put in a toll road for the storms, you know. They're going to go down I-40, they got to pay.
Toll booth.
Yeah, toll booth, have the storm stop there. You know, I think we're on to something. Cooking. Nowhere close to NWA. I'll zoom out. Here's Northwest Arkansas. This is a long ways away. Man, look at this outflow boundary. Fairly strong gusty winds, I'm sure, moving through the Waldron area. Let's take a look at our camera here. Not me. Take a look at our Weatherbug Network camera in Waldron. And you can't tell a darn thing because I'm not facing the flag. That's okay. That's all right. But here, the edge of Johnson and Logan County, that's where we will likely shut her down. I don't know. Josh Rugger and I were covering a tornado in southwest of Springfield that one day, so who knows how long we'll be covering this and how far. Just shows you your weather authority is willing to go the extra mile or the extra 100 miles.
There we go.
Yeah. Storm's becoming a little bit of a mess. Honestly. A little bit of hail, but for the most part, pretty chilling. Dan's over here doing some forensics. Get out of the way, camera. Trying to figure out if there was indeed a tornado or not. We have a camera on Mount Magazine, so we were able to get a good view of the storm as it was approaching the camera and moving just near it. But yeah,
If that was a tornado, that's a wide one. Come on. That ain't happening. It's not a tornado. But
it'd be like 300 or 400 yards wide.
yeah. Well, then again, that gravity one was 1,000 yards wide, 10 football fields wide.
Yeah, that's crazy. Hate storms, but love spending time on this live. Carrie,
Wow.
good thing is,
Hey, is Aubrey on there?
storms might not be in your area.
Huh.
Oh, that's a good point.
Wonder if Aubrey. We had a.
Oh, Brooklyn, I'm not Josh. I'm Peyton, meteorologist Peyton Langford here. Josh will be here 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. He's actually out storm chasing in south of Tulsa,
Yeah,
eastern Oklahoma. So
He would have followed this storm all the way, but
he probably would have.
knew he
But
had to go to bed.
he knew he had to go to bed because he's got to be in here for the morning show. So Josh will be here a little bit later on in about 5 hours, maybe about that. But meteorologist Peyton Langford, named after Peyton Hillis.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't know?
No.
Former Arkansas Razorback
Yeah, super stud, man.
fullback.
Also, like, became a hero in Riptide.
Yeah.
Rip current.
Saving his
Oh.
kids. They're ending up in the hospital very briefly. Yeah, him, Felix Jones, Jared McFadden, unstoppable. Crazy backfield.
That was a good backfield, yeah. I watched D-Mac do like 300 yards against South Carolina one year.
Oh, man.
I was on the sidelines, too, for that game.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah.
I'll never forget. This is the craziest thing. So it's like one of the times I was next to like college athletes on the sideline, and this huge ripped guy comes walking by me, and I was like, oh man, that must have been like a linebacker. And then I look at the back of the jersey, and it was Suck Up.
Ryan.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the kicker. I was like, dude was jacked for a kicker.
For a
man.
kicker.
I was like, whoa.
He had some serious like boulder shoulders.
Yeah, I was
dude.
like, okay, this guy's pretty big, and I just didn't know who it was. And then I found out as a kicker, I was like, yeah, college athletes are built different, man.
Built different. You know, the greatest performance I've seen in DWR Stadium was Jackson Dart's legacy game when Ole Miss came into town. He threw for like 560 yards, like 7 touchdowns.
Not a good way.
Zach and I were at that game.
That was brutal.
That was pretty brutal.
How about the old North Texas fake punt?
I was there for that.
Fair catch.
I was there for that. And I was like, wait, what's going on?
I think everybody was like, what's going on?
Yeah, I was so confused. Hailing and Fort Knoxville.
Oh, yeah? What size?
It says about an inch. About an inch. Yeah, Victoria, safely, if you're willing to do so, send in some pictures of the hail so I know about how big it was. But it's just about to cross the county line. So it won't be in our weather coverage area. However, if there's people watching, Russellville, Dardanelle, Dover, well, we can keep an eye on it for you for just a little bit. Very interesting, Dan. That's some good
I wish it was
rotation.
daytime, man. We could have
I
seen
know.
that in the daytime. Why is it always night? It's always night.
Everything at night. So annoying. Not looking all that bad.
COVID storm.
Franklin County EOC standing down.
He said that?
No. Might. Here pretty soon. Northwest Arkansas, not even raining. Well, maybe a little bit. Eastern Madison County, moving into Newton County. This is pretty much it. Probably go straight east. It'll lose a lot of steam overnight and die off. Died off a little bit over the last 30 minutes. What's up? Oh, yep. There's the standing down message. Whoa. I can see what you're typing on the computer.
Yeah. Whoa.
Isn't that cool?
That is kind of cool.
Other than that, might as well, go through the next couple of days while we're at it. Let's do it. So that's kind of what we were looking at. Scary looking cloud, SLCs. Probably not enough pause points in here. Get me off the screen. All right. So clearly the model is maybe doing a little bit too much. A little overkill here. But go out in time. This will, slowly die off. So heading to Thursday morning, more cloud cover. We could see a few of those pesky showers. They're a little bit annoying. It was a little bit of drizzle. Then there were some pockets of heavy rain throughout the afternoon. So it's really annoying. Made for a not so great start to the day. And that'll go throughout the afternoon. And then maybe a little bit more throughout the evening. Nothing like what we're seeing right now. And then that'll die down as that system finally moves on out of here for the most part. I think there's, a very, very small chance of maybe something popping up on Friday. But I think that, that remains to be seen. That's pretty questionable throughout our Friday morning. Here's that timing for you there. Take me off there. Friday, just about 20% chance of rain. but up to 40% for tomorrow, just because confidence is there. A good amount of people will see a little bit of rain. And beyond that, this weekend will look fantastic. Again, Friday might have a brief shower. I think that just might be a lot of cloud cover as that system tries to retrograde back towards the east. So you see Sunday night to Monday, showers in the eastern part of our weather coverage area. I think we'll be pretty squared away for Mother's Day. Be a great day. Brunch should be great. Should have a great time for brunch. If you want to do any breakfast or lunch plans outside, good for that. Probably see that cloud cover roll in the afternoon. Hopefully the rain chances stay well east of here, but just keep an eye on the radar that morning. Then next week is cooking. That is some seriously strong southwest flow. We will be warming up into the middle 80s across northwest Arkansas, upper 80s in the River Valley, and a lot of humidity. They don't say this on the newscast. Heat indices likely in the 90s, especially if we're in the upper 80s.
Because they'll tell
pretty
them
much.
11:15.
Yeah.
It'll be out.
Yeah,
And they can
it's
go.
across the county line.
What about this north end? Is that rotating? Oh, get out of here. Little bit right there. Right
Yep.
on the north end.
Man,
Near
Can't,
Hagerville.
catch a
That would
break.
definitely be where the or the bookend vortex would
Yeah.
be.
it's like getting a mini MCS.
Right here. That's definitely where the bookend vortex would be.
Yeah.
Right there.
Exactly.
Because watch, you can even see the rotation when you loop that. Look at that right there.
Perfect. Classic.
Oh, London's about to get some hail too.
Yeah. Man, the hail was on the downward trend. Now it's picking back up for London.
Yep.
Might be east of there already.
Know anybody in London? Anybody from London?
No, we have people in Knoxville though.
Yeah. They said they had some hail.
Yes.
Do they know what size? Did they say? Or-
No, I mentioned it. Go out there and measure for us safely when it is safe to do so. If you want, or if you don't want, don't do it.
We're not going to hold you to it.
Yeah. Family in Dover. Do you need to warn them? Well, if you want to warn them, here's what I would say. You have a fairly strong storm head your way. It might have a little bit of hail with it, and it'll be really noisy. But as far as tornado potential, it will not be in Dover. Again, some strong winds. Some hail might come up the south side. But nothing concerning as far as tornado potential. So it will be pretty noisy in Dover.
If that was a tornado, you would see huge power explosions.
Yeah, you'd see something. Will it storm anymore in Pea Ridge? Nope. The Ridge can go to the bed.
De Vista too.
Yeah.
De Vista can.
Yeah, Kelsey, we were watching this little bit of rotation that's on the north side. So this is pretty much what's called a bookend vortex. Pretty much. Near Hagerville.
De Vista can say.
And so that's north.
Later, Mr.
Yeah, see you later, Mista. So that'll be north of Dover by a good bit. But again, it will be fairly windy, some hail there at times, and yeah, as I mentioned, the strong winds. But that's the only area of rotation we're kind of watching. And it's called bookend vortex. It's like on the top part of like a line of storms, that outflow coming around. About to move out of our area, but we'll watch for Dover or any other areas that might be along Highway 7. What a drive. Highway 7. My favorite. Oh, yeah. Da Vista, Da Fort, Da Ridge. Good night. Gotta start calling Fayetteville DeVille.
DeVille, huh?
Or would that be Bentonville? We'll let the people in the comments decide who can be DeVille. Yeah. So I can show you 7-day. Why not?
London Bridge is coming down with some hail.
Yeah, we'll go back to this. Why not? Yeah.
Just about ready to move out, though. I'll be able to
Man.
get them on out of here. It's trying.
Pretty classic, like booking vortex.
Yeah, it is. Right on the north edge. If it does get warm, what's this right here? Tree fell on the power line in Scranton. Probably Marty's house.
Yeah.
Probably right in front of them.
Man. All right. 7-day. Real quick. We'll pop back to that storm. So nice stretch of quiet weather, thankfully. As I mentioned, middle to upper 80s next week in the River Valley. Go back to Northwest Arkansas. There you see middle 70s over the weekend, warming up into the lower 80s. Plenty of sunshine, though I do think by Thursday, Friday of next week, that's when things could get a little dicey. We'll be cooking with some heat and humidity. Some energy moves in. We have that lift. Could get interesting across the Central Plains. Duh, chimes. Dun, dun, dun. If you hear that in the live stream, that's how you know it's about time to go to bed. Because that's how you know everything's starting to quiet down. You know, we're just showing the 7-day. And everything's all good. So, you know, things are slowly winding down. But, of course, still watching this. You in Dover and eventually Russellville.
It's pretty
Not
funny.
a whole lot of rotation. Yeah,
My
what's up?
wife sent a joke, a weather joke. Ready for this?
Yeah.
I just realized why this month is called May.
Why?
Because it may rain, may snow, maybe 80 degrees, maybe 20 degrees, maybe anything. That's why it's called May.
Yeah.
May storm, maybe sunny, may snow, you name it. So
Exactly.
there you go. That's why it's called May. I like that. That's a good one.
Yeah. There has been snow in May in Northwest Arkansas. Considerable severe thunderstorm warning for 70 miles per hour winds and $50 sized hail possible. So this will be really loud in Dover. Once that hail gets pretty big, it sounds pretty loud. That with the wind, you know, they'll be woken up.
Oh man, we had the hail core come in at like 3 a.m. that one time. Remember that?
Yeah, it was loud.
It was on a Sunday morning. All righty. Well, I'm gonna send them home.
Oh, yeah, production.
Oh, look at that circulation up there.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
That's still spinning.
Yeah.
Considerable again.
Yeah, for the wind and hail. Anderson and Christina are watching. They're on it. Good night. Good night from DeVille.
They're literally listening to the stream, and as soon as they said, "I'm sending them home," they're like, boing, they bounced up like a spring.
Let's go.
In spring.
Spring chicken.
Better than a chicken jockey, I guess.
Shiitake. Oh, boy.
Oh boy! When you were at the movies, did they toss a bunch of stuff around?
No.
Just go
It
nuts.
didn't.
Let's moving into Pope County.
Cope with Pope.
That's going to
Kentucky
be it.
fans.
Speaking of Pope, they have not come to an agreement. Black smoke. You knew there wouldn't be agreement in the first day.
No, surely not.
That would be unreal.
I'd be a little bit suspicious.
Have you seen
There
that show
was.
Conclave at all? Have you ever heard of it?
Yeah, I saw a lot of comparisons,
Yeah.
like from the movie or show.
I never saw it.
Bville is B sleeping. Should be. Not a bad idea. Carrie, if you're wondering about what time to go, excuse me, to the park. Let's see. Go back here. Gotta go back here, a ways away. All right. Park. Here's a look at tomorrow. When should you go on a walk? Well, morning should be great for the most part. However, I think you have to watch the radar a little close. Models have been doing great at this, the system and the little drizzle and the pockets of heavy rain. So when you wake up, just check the radar, see what's going on, see what's kind of moving in. Might see some more light showers by the late morning into the afternoon, but it won't be everywhere. It'll just be a little scattered. Might be a little cloudy as well. And Thursday evening, kind of the same thing. So these on and off pesky shower chances make it kind of gloomy. To get outside. At least that's how it kind of looked this morning. But shouldn't be terrible. Back to the Mega Doppler. So it's technically out of our weather coverage area, at least this storm. However, that booking vortex is still spinning a good amount. So some pretty strong winds right across Highway 7 here a little bit. Dover, probably pretty loud with that hail.
Oh,
Probably
man, right
some,
on
man.
I-42. Hey, let's look at some iDrive cameras.
Oh, not a bad idea. You're going to do that on weather too?
Yeah, do it on weather too. Because that's going to be right over it, basically.
It's going to smash the camera.
Mill Creek.
That's like right on top of Russellville.
Yeah, it's basically right here. Here it comes. That's a little east of the hail core.
Yeah.
So let me go just a barely east. Let's go here. This will definitely be coming down here.
I can't even tell.
I'll bring it up for you. You can see those heavy rain curtains.
Yeah. The lightning. Don't see much hail.
So the hail core is going to be basically right by.
Oh, now I saw it.
Highway
I just
7.
saw it.
You
One
did?
came out at the top left corner. Maybe the size of a
Let me go back out. Let me zoom out a little bit. It's
maybe
gonna
a
be-
quarter.
It's going to be right here. It's right here. So let's see. We'll watch the hail core come down. This is right at the beginning of it. That's looking eastbound. So again, not having a great view, but the storm's coming right overhead. It's just about ready to dump its hail core. For those watching too, my magazine is going to be upgraded to one of our newer cameras, so we'll be able to see a lot better. Also got a camera going in Worcester, Wolf Mountain pretty soon. Oh yeah. And a couple other surprises we got up our sleeves.
These storms will be completely surrounded.
Did you see where that Wesley camera was? Basically just south of Wesley, northeast of Elkins.
Yeah,
It's kind of right in between.
it's in a little valley,
Huntsville. Yeah, it's got
but it does complete the gap.
got an okay view to the northwest. You know, looks like maybe that hail core went straight over. Let's see,
Went just north.
passed a little north. You can see the rain starting to come down now. Yeah, you're not gonna see it anywhere else. Let's see. Let's go to this camera.
There's where the hail is right now.
No, that's looking westbound. It's a little bit better than view. Man, that is some heavy rain.
That does not look fun.
Look at them all with their hazards on. You can tell just a downpour. That's my least favorite when you're driving at night and you're on a long trip and then you encounter a big storm and you're just pouring down rain.
I drove. This is in Arizona,
With
maybe New
family.
Mexico.
Yeah.
Monsoon. They're in the middle of monsoon season,
Oh.
so this is some blinding rain.
Yeah.
I could barely see like 10 yards.
Golly.
It was nighttime. All the 18 wheelers were pulling off the road. We kept going.
All right. Well, as soon as that gets dropped off of Logan and Johnson County, we're done.
We need a mega Doppler with a Weather One source. We need that set up here. A mega Doppler with a Weather One.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah, we could do that. It's a good idea.
what's mega
Bust it
Doppler
out.
polygons?
That's when you got the polygons on the screen, so you can see the severe thunderstorm warning, considerable
Oh,
damaging thunderstorm.
it's not in here.
Yeah, I
That's
added
fine,
those.
yeah.
I added those
After,
recently.
yeah.
Mhm.
Cool. A 70,000 foot tall.
No,
Wow, that is high. That is up there. 70,000 feet. But what were the bases? That's my question. Like, I want the tallest, the lowest base and the highest height.
yeah, that's probably not super high. Huh?
70,000 feet.
I mean, not, probably pretty high with the base. Probably like what,
Four?
4,000,
Yeah.
3,000 feet. Maybe, I don't know. That was a big time storm. Though. I didn't even see that. We were watching all the severe thunderstorm and tornado warnings in eastern Texas and Louisiana.
Mm,
Yeah, well, that's done.
They dropped the considerable right before your very eyes. Now it's just a base severe thunderstorm warning, and it's
Heavy
not
rain coming through
not
West
really
Side.
in Johnson or Logan County.
Still got it. Sticking around. All righty. I think we can shut her down. But just we'll wait till the warning gets dropped, huh?
I mean, it's out of the area. The entire storm is over.
They're gonna update that real soon. How long does that go?
5 minutes.
Okay, perfect.
We'll hang on for 5 minutes. In the meantime, don't forget Mother's Day right around the corner. Don't have anything planned? Now's the time. Maybe not now, at 11:24 p.m. Yeah, how about that Bree Ellis walk-off grand slam in softball?
I know.
Pretty crazy.
Georgia fans were distraught, man.
They were in the stands. They couldn't believe it.
Dude, I don't get.
What's crazy is it was her first strike that she had the
Yeah.
whole game because they just intentionally walked her.
They didn't want to pitch to her.
And it was one strike, one swing, and that was it. One swing the entire game. Goodbye. "26 home runs for the season."
That's pretty crazy.
Oh, new severe thunderstorm warning. It's a little storm that could, man.
Yeah. Really trying.
Den, if you're still on here, I'm going to call you here in just a bit.
He might be.
I think he is. It
Says he is. Yup. I'm still standing. Yeah.
I like that show. Sing.
Sing.
That was a good movie.
Did you see Sing 2?
I did. It was okay.
That was good. So when are they going to drop the other one? Let it expire.
Just gonna let it go. All
3
the way.
minutes. We'll hang on for another 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
I got you for 3 minutes.
I know what that is. Spider-Man. 3 minutes. Randy the Macho Man Savage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dig it. Is Edward on there? He's a huge wrestling fan.
He was earlier.
Yeah.
Blinky map. Good job, Denton. It is working, although it is not
Linking map.
Yeah, we can
Nice.
blink for a county that's included in the new thing. What do you say? What did let's see. Flash county warnings for new warnings or considerable tags.
But that's Pope County.
Yeah, it's in Pope County
Yeah, that's east of Johnson County.
for that new warning. Edward's a Roman Reigns guy.
I knew he would be.
Mhm.
I'm a Razor Ramon guy back in the day. Remember Razor Ramon? He had a toothpick in his mouth and he'd be like, mano y mano. And he'd throw the toothpick at the camera and then he'd go, machismo. He would always say that. Yeah.
Nice.
I love Razor Ramon.
Growing up, I liked Triple H.
Oh, yeah. Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Mm-hmm.
Or he would do,
Yeah, the discount double check.
I do this, but a little bit lower.
The discount double check
Yeah.
like from the commercials, the Aaron Rodgers commercials.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and the Undertaker, one of my favorites. Rey Mysterio, Kofi Kingston.
Oh, Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Remember him? Back in
No.
the day? Oh, dude, this is way back in the day. Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Yeah, heard of that one.
You know, they got a show on the Dark Side of the Ring. They talk about
Really?
wrestling. It's on a TV.
Pretty cool.
channel.
Like
I
seeing
can't
behind the
remember.
scenes. John Cena.
Oh yeah, Cena's good. You can't see me, but now you can.
I remember.
Now you can't see Peyton.
That's all right. One person I could not stand
Yeah.
was Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
It was like his wife or manager or whatever. Mom
Yeah.
was like super annoying. Anything else tonight? Joshua Moon? Nope. Just go out and enjoy the moon. Actually,
I don't even know.
That might be a new moon.
I wouldn't even know what phase it is. That's literally how out of whack I am.
I can tell you here.
But we can let you know. See if we can find it first. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, looks like a new moon.
Waxing gibbous.
Yep. Oh,
New moon.
Waxing crescent.
Oh, my thing says gibbous. Well, my thing's probably not right.
Is it apple?
Nope, not apple. It's good weather.
Well, let me look. Hold on.
The Ruby Dooby Doo show. Scooby Doo.
Just drop the warning.
Just north of Morrilton, Hill Creek area.
Would you say it was a waxing gibbous?
Yeah, that's what my thing said.
That's right. It's a
it
waxing
is.
gibbous. Yep.
What'd you look at? Apple.
I wasn't on current time.
Oh. Yeah, that would change things. Just north of Morrilton.
It's 82.8% illuminated, and the full moon will be May 12th.
Nice. Yeah, Edward, I miss SmackDown on Fox. We would watch that all the time.
I had a whole wrestling themed forecast one time when I had like 27 wrestling puns in one forecast.
Nice. So the tallest storm in Texas was around 2:30 this morning. Something special about the storms along the Texas and Mexico border. Oh yeah.
Ooh, not today.
Maybe
Not
not
tonight.
tonight.
We will
Super
though,
late.
Alex. But
70,000. Where was it? Like near Fort Stockton?
had to be where it's hot and humid, man.
No, it's along the Texas and Mexico border. It wouldn't surprise me if it was Fort Stockton. I mean, Fort Stockton, that's a weather meme.
2
That
inch
place.
hail now.
Really?
This
Ooh.
storm is
This storm
cranking.
is not dying. It just won't die. Die, 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 die.
It's dying for us, though. Guess what? We're done with our weather coverage area. So, watch Todd Yacobian. He might be on this storm, or someone from KARK.
Yep.
So honestly, it's out of our weather coverage area, and it's moving into central sections of Arkansas.
Right, I-40. I-40 is a lifting mechanism.
Southern Van Buren and northern Conway County. In fact, probably Blaze is on this. He's probably watching this.
On Conway?
Yeah, on Van Buren
Oh,
County.
Van Buren County?
Yeah, because Southern Van Buren County is included in that warning.
Yeah, I think I saw
Yep.
him on here earlier.
Yep. So that's going to be it.
But Conway County, it's headed right for us.
All right, guys. Take care. Have a good one. Enjoy some light rain tomorrow. No more severe weather. So, see you guys. The little storm that could.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.